Employment agreements. Every employee must have a written employment agreement. There are things that must be included in employment agreements by law. Use our free employment agreement builder to help create employment agreements tailored to organisations and employees. Go to this link to access our employment agreement builder. Minimum employment rights must be met, even if they aren't included in an employment agreement. You cannot contract out of minimum entitlements. When negotiating for changes to their individual employment agreements, employees must be given the opportunity to obtain independent advice. If you have no employment agreement, employees can ask their employer for one. People can create employment agreements themselves at business.gov.nz. Search employment agreement. If you can't agree on the conditions of the employment agreement, the employer must still keep a copy of the draft agreement until the final version has been agreed to. Employment relationships can be created even if there is no unwritten agreement. Best practice is to not let an employee start until the agreement has been agreed and signed. If a labour inspector finds an employer who doesn't have written employment agreements or who hasn't kept copies of their employees' agreements, they will give the employer 7 days' notice to provide employment agreements to all staff. If this is not done, the employer can be fined up to $10,000 if the employer is an individual, up to $20,000 if the employer is a corporation. Right to work in New Zealand. Employers must ensure that every person they employ has a legal right to work in New Zealand. It is the employer's responsibility to ask and to keep records showing their employees have the right to work. Immigration New Zealand's Visa View tool allows employers to confirm information about employees' work entitlement. You can also take a photocopy of a birth certificate or passport if the employee does not have a visa. Visit immigration.govt.nz and search Visa View.